Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonka922. Um, One Piece. This was episode 582. Um, More or less secrets finally revealed here. In this episode, basically what happened, this is from we actually, in this episode, we get to see the Marines, G5. They make their appearance. In the beginning part, though, it was just Nami. You had Nami, Frankie, Sandy. For some reason, I think a few reviews of this episode. People were. I think it was who was it again? Oh, Christian, Super Room 9000. He wrote in his review breasts. I didn't understand that. I had a hard time figuring it. Now I figured it out why. This is part where KINEMON, the head of KINEMON, is basically just sitting there, and he's saying why. He's asking Nami why she has a breast strap, and I'm like, what? A breast strap? Only on. It was very weird and absurd. That whole situation was very weird looking. That situation, and between that part and goes all the way to when, like I said, the G5 Marines show up. This episode was pretty good. We got to see Caesar Clown again. And we also got to go into the biscuits room. I went into the biscuits room because Frankie did a beam and destroyed it. And I saw the two huge kids and everything, and also the whole thing with Luffy's gang on Luffy's side of the island on the far side. There was the centaur, and he was fighting the centaurs, and they pretty much found out that there's somebody who the organization is CC on the snail transponder. So they figured that whoever's doing what they're doing, this is the organization, CC. And of course, we had the Robin moment. She says, "I hope they're not filled with bullet holes yet." And I was like, "What are you doing? That's not true." And there was that situation. And like I said, the whole thing with Luffy and the centaurs, they were fighting. I had Caesar Clown. But funny part. Now, I think this is only because it's the beginning of the arc, and that's why we haven't seen his full form. He's appearing only as a shapeless gas mask. There's really no actual features of his face or body or anything. But that's something to be expected. Now, also, like I said, they showed up, G5 Marines, and they said, about this was the island that began it all, that had that battle. Akianu versus Akioji. So they're the two admirals going at it. The Akianu with his fire and lava with his lava, and Akioji. I think I said that right. I apologize. Twin tongue twisters with his ice. And that's what it caused this unbelievable weather. With the lava on one side, and lava and fire on one side, and the ice on the other. And the snowstorms and stuff. But overall, I like this episode. Gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, it was action-packed because we were running from the one room to the biscuits room. Didn't get a lot out of the biscuits room. They just showed up. That's all that happened. But it was pretty interesting to see the Marines at the end and the whole explanation. And the whole thing with KINEMON was funny. That was majority of the episodes was about Kinemon, though. Good majority of it. And I like the tension that he had. Another thing I really liked about this episode was the part where he had like there was this tension between him and Sanji, and it almost as if like there's a stare down, which is pretty intense, because he's obviously there to save his son, and we all know who his son is, more or less. And also the whole thing. I want to mention again another outstanding performance by the guy who's doing the voice of Caesar Clown. He played Mayuri in Bleach, and now in One Piece, he's going the extra mile. Just fantastic shit going down. And that's pretty much what happened. I mean, I liked it. Overall, this was a good episode. The ending was good. The whole thing with Kinemon was pretty funny. Got into the biscuits room, and we get an understanding of how the island was created, so it's a good setup for next week. Now, the whole breast thing, I mean, that was pretty funny. And he was like, I like it. And I'm like, come on. But anyway, it was good. It was a good episode, pretty funny. A lot of information going on. Give it a 4 out of 5, like I said. It was pretty good. It's interesting to note, which I found very interesting, that when Okuji and Akianu fought, after they fought, the gas on the island kind of simmered down, I think. Or it might have been the opposite effect. I'm not sure on that. So that was another thing to consider. But before they came to the island, it was basically a barren wasteland. It was a wasted, wasteland of the island. So that's basically the story. I mean, really think about it. I really find it unbelievably phenomenal that their battle changed the weather patterns of the island. That has me going like, whoa. It just shows you how fucking OP as fuck One Piece characters are. Change the weather of an island. Oh, insane. But overall, 4 out of 5. Like the explanation, like the whole thing with Kinemon. It was pretty up boss, pretty interesting, pretty cool. Hopefully next week we'll get deeper in. I'm guessing we're going to get the whole thing with the biscuit room and what the story is with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, this has been Bankai 92. I'll see you guys later. Good episode of One Piece. After this, I'm probably going to do... Yeah, Kenichi. I got to do Kenichi and an extra video. You'll see. You'll see. See you guys later. Akioji and Akano. Changing the weather patterns of a fucking island.